Hello, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Hello, art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados. It's me again, Miss M, and I am back with yet another video. First and foremost, I want to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, I know I'm making this video Friday night, 5th of January. So, I think it's still appropriate to say Happy New Year. And I do wish you all a very, 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 very Happy New Year. A marvelous year, a marvelous 2024, with all the goodest, bestest, most wonderfulest things that could happen to you this year. And that's that. I know that I have been kind of MIA for the past, let me see, when's the last time I made a video? 4 weeks ago. Okay, the last time I made a video was for the Delta Builder, beautiful renderings for the Colorado Lounge, and I love them. And I love Delta Builder's channel, and I love Delta Builder's work. And that's the last video I made, though, 4 weeks ago. And in those 4 weeks, there was plenty of reason for me to not make videos because I was busy up the wazoo with holidays and holiday preparations. And of course, I made many, 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 many trips to the grocery store, the supermarket. And I've developed a hatred of grocery shopping, but I'm back. Here I am, and hopefully, if you missed me, I missed you too. I missed making videos and interacting with you and reading your comments and the whole shebang. And I've been, this today is, what are we gonna do today? Today, it's not going to be a specific video about a specific topic. I'm just, checking in. This is a checking in. You could go have a cup of coffee. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's do that. But I'm just checking in to say, hey, I'm still around. Everything's fine. I'm okay. I've just been so damn busy and so tired. And it's the 5th of January. The new year has barely just gotten started. And I am tired already. Like 2024, I hit the ground running on maybe not January 1st, but January 2nd. Oh, Lord, I had to go to work and deal with traffic and everything, honey. I'm I'm exhausted, but in a good way. So so far in a good way, Lord. But I just wanted to check in, say hello, skis, and let you know I'm still here and I still care. I'm gonna be making more videos. Maybe not like a ton of them in January because I'm gonna be again busy up the wazoo in January. But I've been so many grilled cheese sandwiches going. So many grilled cheese sandwiches going on the blacktop, right? That thing that everybody's been getting, like it's just a big blacktop grill that's propane powered, and people love to make, they love to cook their food on there back on the deck. I wish I had one of those, but I don't. I just have an ordinary little Sputnik barbecue. But I've got a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches going. And like I told Gershom the other day, I got a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches going in my mind, in my head. And I've been washing them down with many cups of coffee. And, I can't make a specific video unless I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? I gotta feel it. I gotta have good vibes and like, I gotta get my head together to do this. I know it seems like my stuff is chaotic, and disorganized and what. No, it is not. There is a method to my madness. But once again, Happy New Year, and I'll do my church announcements. Yes, do fire up the percolator. And I found a perfect song that I wish I could use as like the theme song, at least for my coffee break videos, but I doubt that copyright would, allow me to do that. But yes, do Do get your coffee. Do fire up your percolator, your drip machine, your French press, your um ibrik if you're doing Turkish coffee, or your mocha pot if you're doing espresso, or order out if you just don't feel like doing a damn thing. And I don't blame you, because again, life is exhausting. Just, get your cup of coffee, however you're gonna do it. Go plop your butt down somewhere and, get some cinnamon rolls, donuts, cookies, whatever you enjoy with your coffee. And just listen to my nonsense, and hopefully I can be like Calgon and take you away somewhere where you can relax, at least mentally. So, today isn't going to be, I wanted to make a specific video, but again, I wasn't feeling it. And let me do my church announcement. Yes, it's time to fire up the percolator. Get your coffee and your coffee paraphernalia together. And returning viewers, thank you for returning. New viewers, thank you for being new. Subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. All 1,040 or so of you. I appreciate it so very, very much. Like you wouldn't believe. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video or any of my other videos if you feel like doing it. That would help me a lot. Liking my stuff pushes me out into the algorithm. And I just love reading your comments. It is a highlight of my day. I really, really love it when I make a video and it's fresh and there's people commenting. Even the jerks. Even the assholes. Who leave, that one, I don't know who you are and I don't give a shit who you are, but the one who said, when will she finally get to the point? Dude, maybe you should go somewhere. Maybe you should take a little walk and go somewhere. How about that? How about that, fool? Go somewhere. Go somewhere where you can find something. Okay? I'm not going to say what it is, and I'm not going to tell you where to go. But go somewhere and find something and do what you're going to do. Because when is she going to get to the point? Really? Really? You festering little hemorrhoid of a man. Stop it. Stop being an asshole. And if there's any more here we go. Here we fucking go. If I see any bigotry, hatred, anti-Semitism in my comments, and it's like, I've seen some comments where it could go either way, and I can't really say, oh no, this is unacceptable. But some of you know how to get around it. But if I see any blatant hatred, bigotry, racism, so on and so forth, anti-Semitism, okay, I'm not gonna stand for it. And that's that. I've said it before. I'm not going to talk about political things or the political situation that's been in the news lately. My channel, I hope it's kind of a refuge from that sort of thing, because those issues that have been on the news lately, they're heavy. They're heavy and they weigh down on your soul, and they make you want to cry, and they make you question life and in a really deep, dark way. And that's not really what I'm here to do. Yes, we're here to intellectualize and philosophize, and I'm here to soliloquize about, this, that, and the other. But I don't want this to be a place where people come to and get depressed. No. Or angry, or something that makes you cry. No, I want this to be a thoughtful experience for everybody involved, me included. So I don't go there. I am trying to figure out the secrets of the universe. I mean, yes, that is one of the things that I'm trying to do here. But as you know, I do want to provide some kind of a refuge for people, and at least mental refuge. So I'm not going to tolerate hatred. If I see it, if YouTube doesn't censor it out, I will. Okay, so that's, I think, all you need to know. Okay, but yeah, so yes, I did my church announcements, and I want to shout out my friends again. Okay, couple of them, two of them. Mr. Richard Tankard of Tales. He's been making some really good videos lately. This is, I think, the latest one. Why are there two time clocks in the Overlook Hotel? And of course, I'm not going to give it away. You're going to have to go and watch it. And please go over there, watch it. He does good work. He makes good points. He makes amazing observations. Yeah, I'm a fan. Okay, I'm a fan of the Tankard of Tales channel and Tankard of Tales' ideas. They're unique, they're original, they're thoughtful, insightful, and so on and so forth. Go over there. Here's his channel. Go. I'm going to leave it in the description, the comments. Yes, I am. Here's his channel. Subscribe. For God's sake, subscribe to Tankard of Tales and watch all of these videos. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Give this man as many views as you can give him, because he deserves it. He does good work, okay? He's my buddy. So, like, go over there, okay? I don't know why he doesn't have more subscribers, because he does really high, I think. I mean, you don't have to agree with me. Go over there and see for yourself. But I think he does very high quality analysis and high quality thinking. That's me. That's my thought. Like, yeah, he's got the time clock video. He's got what's going on with this hallway video. Yes, this is a good one too. And I've watched it once, and I'm watching it a second time. And then Shining Inspirations 3, The Three Faces of Wendy. He's doing his thing his way. I'm doing my thing my way, and he's doing his thing his way with regard to like researching The Shining, and the Lolita movie, among other things. And he's doing, I guess we're both doing like a meta-analysis, but again, he's doing it in his way and I'm doing it in my way. And he's wonderful to talk to or to communicate with regarding these things and bounce ideas off of each other. Go over there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and watch as many of them as you can, as many times as you can. So thank you for making these wonderful videos, Richard Tankard of Tales. And also, he's had some, he's such a nice person. He doesn't cuss anybody out like I do. But and maybe that's maybe that's a wiser choice than me. But he's had some people in his comments in his more recent videos who are just very opinionated, and they won't say what's right, but they'll tell you what they think is wrong. Mhm. 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 Okay. Yeah. I have no words anymore for it. It's not so much frustrating as it is like astounding. Like, okay, cool, you got an opinion and that's fine, but don't be a jerk, for God's sake. Like that one who said, when is she gonna get to the point? Hey, dude, if you're listening, I still haven't gotten to the point, have I? Maybe you shouldn't be concerned with the point. If all you care about is the point, go get a pencil sharpener. That maybe that's what you should do, huh? Okay, let's move. Let's keep it moving. So yeah, go subscribe to Tankard of Tales and watch his videos, and of course Delta Builder. Okay, Delta Builder just did a new one 6 days ago. Behind the scenes, panoramic, and then there's the games room. Ooh, this is a good one. I've watched this one. I don't know why it doesn't have. I don't know. YouTube is funny sometimes. I've watched this one. I've watched this one. The games room ones. Ooh, we finally, thanks to Delta Builder, we get to see the 360 view of the interior of the games room, in the Overlook Hotel. I mean, that is fascinating. And when I've been, like I said, I've been busy, holidays, work, everything. But like I was watching Delta Builder's videos and his renderings of the various spaces in the Overlook Hotel really give me a lot to think about. Okay. I did my little video about the Colorado Lounge thanks to Delta and thanks to Delta's work and reconsidering the Colorado Lounge. And, it's an important room in the hotel, but the games room, we only see it once. We only see it when Danny's playing darts and the little twins come in there and they creep him out and whatever. So we don't think very much about that room because, again, it's shown so briefly in the movie. But that's an important room. That's an important room. And the way it looks means something. Yes, it does mean something. And then Delta has also been doing this about a month ago, but I don't know if I mentioned them in my video where I talk about Delta's Colorado Lounge work. But I think I might have to, like, again, Delta has inspired me to talk about the art in The Shining. And I was thinking about doing that. And then, like, things got, like, really ramped up for the holidays, and I couldn't concentrate on it. But I have some ideas, y'all. I have some serious ideas about the art, the paintings featured on the walls and elsewhere in the Overlook Hotel. So, that's something I'm going to be working on pretty soon. So, yes, go to Delta Builder too and subscribe and hit the notification bell and watch all of their, how many, 78 videos? Watch them all. Watch them all twice, 3 times, as many times as you can. Support these. That's how you can support a channel. Don't worry about, like, I mean, if they have a tip jar, yeah, like, put some money in the tip jar if you want to. But just watching and liking and whatever, that's one of the greatest things you can do, because that's why we make these things. That's why we make these videos. If you're somebody who makes videos rather than just complains under somebody else's videos, we make these videos because, yes, we want people to see them. And we want people to hear what we have to say, or in Delta's case, see all of the work they've put into these wonderful renderings. And we want people to see them and think about them, and we want to hopefully help somebody. This is not a purely selfish enterprise. This is something where we're trying to get people to think, and get people to think about not just The Shining, but everything, because that's what Stanley wanted. He wanted everybody I think he wanted everybody who watched his movies to think about not just his movies, or maybe not even his movies, but everything else. That's what's going on. And when I switched on this, or before, a little bit before I switched on my recorder tonight, I thought I was going to talk about misogyny and sexism and more hoes. I said, let me start the year off with no pun intended. I said, let me start the year off with a bang and do a video that, where I could feature the word hose in the title and get some views and make a couple of cents on YouTube, because no, they do not pay very much. And this one, I found this article, Sense of Cinema, Unrealizable Woman, Tania, in Stanley Kubrick's Aryan Papers. And then I found this other one that I've covered before, but I'm not sure, because I've made, how many videos? I've made 216 videos. So I if I talked about something, I kind of forget. But The Shining's horrifying misogyny. Oh, Stephen King was right. Oh, good Lord, Salon. What have you been smoking? Or snorting, like Mr. Snowman over here. Stephen King was right. That's what they said. The Wendy Torrance in Kubrick's adaptation is needlessly shrill and stupid. Oh, more misogyny. So, because that's what, there's way too many articles about Stanley Kubrick being a misogynist and a sexist and a woman hater, and how all of his female characters are just awful. Awful. And there must be some kind of internalized misogyny that's just seeping through all of Stanley's work. And, I think I was reading, because I like to read, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because my life would be a lot easier if I didn't like to read. But I was reading about Lars von Trier, and, I wanted to, see some of his filmography and check out his movies and understand, like, what the hell is going on with some of his movies. And then I saw, like, this quote in there about, Lars von Trier is supposed to be a sexist filmmaker, and as well as Stanley Kubrick. And the person who said this quote that's featured in the Wikipedia page for Lars von Trier is Björk. Björk said it. If you know who she is, then you know who she is. If you don't know, you're going to have to look it up because I don't really want to waste time talking about her. But it's featured on his page. She said, oh, yeah, von Trier and Kubrick are sexist film directors. And I said, excuse me? What? Uh, you know, uh, okay. And then I tried to look up the quote itself, like where did this quote come from? When, what interview did she say this in, or what? And I couldn't find it, or maybe I could find. I'm not sure. And I think she doesn't explain why. And never mind von Trier, but like Kubrick, she doesn't explain like why Stanley Kubrick is a sexist. She just plops that out of her butt, and then just leaves it there. And that's that. No explanation, no exploration, no nothing. He's a sexist, and that's that. She says it like it's just a matter of fact, and ain't nothing to talk about. I hate that shit. I really hate that shit. You can't make a statement like that about somebody, and besmirch them that way, and not even attempt to explain why you feel that way. That's terrible and cowardly. And I hate cowards. There seem to be a lot of them with regard to this discussion, this never-ending, perpetual discussion about misogyny and sexism, relating to, again, never mind von Trier, but Stanley, my Stanley, our Stanley. Where is this coming from? And that's what I kind of wanted to talk about tonight, but my spirit said no, don't do it. But I'm mentioning it because I was thinking about it, and of course I thought about David Lynch. Look at this shit, people. This is from 2017. Twin Peaks basically hates women at this point. Who is this? And you know what? It doesn't matter who wrote it, but somebody wrote it. And I mean, the title kind of tells you everything you need to know. You don't really need to read this art. I mean, I'm going to read it in the future. I read a little bit of it, and of course, it not at all appealing. But what is up with this? For the love of Jeebus. Like, what is going on? What is going on? Yes, they're all misogynist and sexist, and they can't stand women. They just want to grind them into a fine powder, or turn them into puddles, and everybody just wants. And that's not to say that women are not treated badly in this world. No, they are. I'm female, by the way. I thought you knew, but here we are. I'm just reminding you. Yes, women are treated badly. They have been treated badly. They continue to be treated badly. But I don't think that Stanley Kubrick or David Lynch are to blame. I really don't. And if anything, I think people like them, artists like them, are kind of trying to let us know, like, what the problem is. And I wanted to make, like, an awesome video about that some other time. And this, like, I'm gonna save these articles and see what these people have to say, because I am interested in reading the opinions of people I don't agree with. Just because I don't agree with somebody doesn't mean I can't learn something from them. And I'm not gonna, like, what am I gonna do? Comment on this article and say, when are they gonna get to the point? Because I don't think there's a point. I can't watch. Look at this. I can't watch the kitsch sexism of Twin Peaks: The Return. Yeah, I'm gonna have to develop this video a little bit. Oh, oh dear God, they call him the weirdo director. Oh, insinuated himself into the living rooms of the average non-weird U.S. TV consuming population. Oh, for God's sake. I guess they don't like him, huh? Oh, well, of course. The website is called Exquisite Misogyny, the Art of Woman-Hating and Other Works of Male Genius. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, you know what? Do you see it? I know most of you are probably just listening to me, but I found this GIF Um, I'm going to use it again. But, are you concerned about Jack? What about Jack? He's the one who's got like serious problems, right? Like that poor man. Who knows what he's been through? Who knows what he's been through? No, this is not set in stone. I'm gonna develop this and think about this. Turn the grilled cheese sandwich over. Maybe turn the heat up, turn the heat down, press on it with my spatula. We'll see. But yeah, are we concerned about Jack? I guess not. He's just been labeled as a villain, and that's that. Um, there's a lot of complex things going on with all of this stuff, this misogyny, sexism, thing. And I mean, seems like every time I read a feminist commentary or opinion of filmmaking, unless the film makes the female character the absolute undisputed hero and savior and all the good things of the movie, then it's a sexist movie. So women, you know, are not allowed. You can't depict negative depictions of women. You can't show villainous women. You can't show women who have flaws and of any kind. No, if you do show a woman who's not absolutely perfect, then it's a sexist movie. Then it's a misogynist film director. I just can't with that shit. I really can't. I don't know how you guys feel. I know most of my viewership is male, by the way. So maybe I'm living proof that men actually do care what a woman has to say. Like, I don't know what the breakdown is, but like judging by the comments, I think, and I think my analytics too, like a lot of men watch my videos. I'm not male. We're not here to talk about beer and football. I'm not anyway. We're not here to talk about, weapons. Except in Full Metal Jacket. And let me tell you all something. I've been thinking about that movie again. I've been showing it to a group of people again. And a group of people that, hey, any of you, if you're listening, hi. But a group of people where there's like a lot of veterans who have been there and done that. And I asked them questions about, maybe that should be my next video. Again, it's all up in the air at this point. But, and these people, and they're not all male either. I've got some female veterans too. And I asked them, is it really like that in the training for the Marines and other branches of the armed forces? And they all said, yes, Stanley nailed it. Stanley, and they talked about their experiences as recruits and basic training and boot camp and the whole thing. They reminisced and told me, tried to give me as much as they could an idea of what it's really like to get to be in the military and go through what Joker and all the rest of them went through in the movie. And it's just been a complete blast. It's just been a complete wonderful good time, and I'm so happy. So I told you guys I've been busy, and I've been spreading the word. I've been proselytizing, spreading the good news that Stanley has to tell everybody. Not quite. No, I'm not an evangelist, but sometimes I feel like one. But poor Jack, poor Jack, and poor Joker, and poor what's his face, Bill. Bill, remember you got the reason I let my voice drop so much was when King of the Hill, the Bill Dauterive character. Why do you keep calling me Bill? If you know, you know. But we're gonna get into it. I've been slacking off for the past 4 weeks because I've been busy, but I'm gonna get back into it. You're gonna get another Understanding the Shining. We're gonna dip back into Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut, Kill Bill. Speaking of Bill, Kill Bill, and Malverde, Eyes Wide Shut. Maybe some more Eraserhead. I need to watch that thing again. Because Stanley made everybody watch it, and there must have been a reason. And I've been kind of obsessed lately with sexism, misogyny, and the accusations of that by things like this. Um, and just understanding human relationships and what possibly both of those film directors were trying to tell us about human relationships. And maybe they're kind of like, they're trying to do like a kind of semi or partially like Buddhist thing. They're trying to explain the nature of suffering in this world. I think their explanation, both Kubrick and Lynch, is way, way different from the Buddha. But they, maybe they're trying to do something similar because there is suffering in this world. And I just talked about it without talking about it a little while ago. Where does it come from? Why does everything have a price? What is money? Where does that come from? Why is it so important? And how do we know money when we see it? How do we know money when we see it? What makes money itself? That's why I said Malverde and Kill Bill and the whole thing. Oh, I've got so much to do and so much to talk about. It's all scrambled in my head. Maybe I'm going to actually have to start outlining and doing notes and whatever just to keep all my shit together. I don't know. But you guys, I hope you're enjoying the coffee and your bun or your donut or whatever. And kick it back, and maybe you need to like recuperate from the holidays. I know I do. I'm not gonna get any time off until after January, not even like February. Oh my God. But not, and when I say time off, I don't mean a vacation. I just mean like a little bit of breathing room and a little bit sit down time. So I'm doing this just to let you know I'm still here. I'm not done with this video. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I'm just like kind of vomiting out all of the things that I've been thinking about and turning, again, grilled cheese sandwiches, turning over in my head. Been listening to a lot of music, been listening to a lot of reggae, Alice Cooper. It's been fun. It's been fun. I might share my recent like playlist additions in the community posts. But thank you. I can't thank you enough for being subscribed to this channel or just watching this video if that's why you're here. But I want to do a little something fun. I don't want it to be all doom and gloom. No. Like I said, I want this to be my channel and my videos to be a place where people come over and kick back and just forget about all the misery in this world. Now, this is what I found. And I said, I can't make the video that I want to make tonight because my head ain't right yet. Okay, I can't make the video about this because, like, this is heavy, obviously. And I'm just not there yet. But, I found this article. And I want to read it to you. This could be your bedtime story. The Shining. Lost deleted scenes of Stanley Kubrick horror film, 1980. So I'm going to take my own little coffee break. And look at this. I'm going to scroll through this so you can get a little preview. I'm going to do this, and we're going to go through these pictures and stuff. I'll read the little blurbs to you and show you the pictures. I'm interested. Look at this. I mean, we've never seen this, have we? Wendy cradling Danny. No. Stanley. But, oh, we've never seen this picture, Danny in the bathtub. Oh my God. I've never seen it. Maybe you guys have. I have not. There's a note. Hello. I think this is a cute find. Why did I not find this sooner? I don't know. But, and I was especially interested in the deleted epilogue scene, and I was looking for that. I wanted to, like, take a look at something. And I still haven't really found what I'm looking for, but I want to show you all of these and talk about them for the remainder of this video after my own little coffee break. And then we can have a little fun, right? So I'll go do my little coffee break. You guys get a refill, okay? If you've already drunk your first cup and eaten your first donut, cookie, whatever you're having. you could have like a tuna sandwich with your coffee. That's none of my business. But let me go get my own coffee, and let's get into this article from a website that is called, oh, what is it called? Hold up. Oh yeah, lostmediawiki.com. This is going to be in the description, and this is the homepage for the for the website. It looks like a fun one. It looks like a ton of fun. So I'm gonna go get my own little iced coffee. That's my thing, and have a couple sips of that, and be back replenished and rejuvenated, and then we can get into it. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere, and hopefully this is gonna be a fun little thing that we can have a good laugh over, or we can have a good think over in the comments. It's your choice. So I'll be right back, you guys. Don't go nowhere. Okay, people. I'm back. I had my little coffee. Now I can keep going. Oh, by the way, did I already mention this? But I don't know. Maybe Richard, maybe Gershom, maybe some other people might be interested in it. I have realized that there's something deeply wrong with the barracks in the in this movie over here. Okay, Full Metal Jacket. We're gonna talk about it. Oh, we sure are. But we'll get to it when we get to it. But let's get to this article actually. Now, this wonderful website that I found, list of, what is it called again? Lost Media Wiki. Okay. The Shining, Lost Deleted Scenes of Stanley Kubrick Horror Film 1980. Now, here we go. Let's get into it. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, I'm reading this, is a 1980 psychological horror film based on the 1977 novel by Stephen King. And like I said, they started doing the script for the movie in 1977, and that's just a little bit too suspicious for me, but never mind. At least not right now. It follows the Torrance family and their seclusion in Colorado's scenic beauty, the Overlook Hotel. This is an interesting way to word it, that's for sure. I didn't think of the Overlook Hotel as the scenic beauty, but they have a good point. The father, Jack Torrance, accepts a job maintaining the hotel as it's closed over the cruel winter, following his failed teaching career. An aspiring writer, Jack seeks to pen his magnum opus during this period of isolation, unknowingly endangering his family and himself to elusive supernatural happenings at the haunted hotel. See, everybody just assumes that it's haunted. Anyway, elusive supernatural happenings at the haunted hotel, slowly tearing away at his already fragile mental state. The film famously deviated from the original source material due to creative differences between... What? Oh, come on. Okay, I'll keep reading. But due to creative differences between Stanley Kubrick and screenwriter Diane Johnson. Really? That's why it deviated? Okay, now, this is a little bit... No. And I think you can see why. I don't have to explain that, but... Anyway, let me keep it moving. Because of this, many sequences and scenes were created exclusively for the film adaptation. Taken into account with the daily rewrites, many of these didn't make the final cut. Okay. List of deleted scenes that I've never heard of most of these except the epilogue scene, but that's why we're here. We're here to learn something. And it says list of deleted scenes. Editor's note. All timestamps are based on the 144-minute North American cut of the film. And now, I didn't know that it was exactly 144. Maybe some of you did. That number alone? I gotta think about that. And I think maybe some of you will too. Now, maybe especially now that I've mentioned it. That number, 144, eh? Okay. Here we go. Wendy and Danny at Breakfast Extended. Who wrote this? Maybe somebody who isn't American, because, or from the United States, I should say. But in America, we don't really do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for breakfast. That's a lunch recipe. Okay? Just to let you know. I know I have a lot of viewers who are not in the United States. We don't, peanut butter and jelly is like an almost exclusively lunch item, and it's usually intended for children. That's why Danny's eating it, but Wendy's eating one too. That's what, the mothers pack for their children in school lunches very, very frequently. Peanut butter and jelly. It doesn't have to be grape jelly, but for some reason it usually is. Um, you know, but anyway, Wendy and Danny at breakfast extended. The scene introducing Danny and Wendy at 4 minutes and 17 seconds originally opened with a close-up of the TV. Well, I didn't know that. Which would then zoom out and pan over to Danny and Wendy sitting at the table. There was also a cut shot of Danny aiming his Star Trek phaser. What? Star Trek? Oh my God, you guys. We're already learning, aren't we? Now let me take a look at all of these screenshots, because this looks like it's going to be interesting. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Here. Oh, okay. So here it is. No higher resolution available. Hold on. Let me pause and see what I can do with this image. Maybe make it bigger for you. Okay, everybody. Okay, so no higher resolution available, as you can see. So we're just going to have to deal with this. Okay, so here's, they say that this is how the introduction to Wendy and Danny starts. It was cut out. What did it say? Open with a close-up of the TV. Okay, so here it is, the TV. Books to the left, books to the right, books on top of the TV. Okay, all right, and the movie playing on the TV. Which is interesting, because this doesn't look like a cartoon. Remember? Like, you can hear the Looney Tunes cartoon in the background when Danny's eating a sandwich and Wendy's smoking and reading Catcher in the Rye. And me and Gershom talked about that recently too. Interesting. And then, what does it say? And then it shows shot number 2. Pan over to Wendy and Danny at the table. Okay, let's take a look at this. I wish these were higher resolution, but alas. Okay, here we go. There he is eating a sandwich. There she is with the book. And she got a sandwich too, but she got Tom and Jerry on the coffee cup. I remember that. And this thing, I didn't know for years what this thing was next to Danny. Turns out it's not just a ray gun, but like I did a video about that months ago. It's Star Trek, excuse me, phaser. That has loads of meaning, but whatevers. Let's take a look at this. Oh, well, this is a nice high resolution image, and I'm going to get rid of that ad. Look at, and I can't center it because this thing just doesn't want to work with me. Now, okay, so his sandwich is gone. The plate that the sandwich was on is gone. His glass of milk with the diamonds on it is gone. And there he is with his phaser, which he takes with him when we see Wendy and Danny go into the maze, and he's pointing it at something. Is that something the TV? I don't know, but I think it's worth thinking about. There's Wendy's clean plate, her coffee cup with Tom and Jerry on it. Oh my goodness. Oh, so much to think about. So for the longest time, I thought this ray gun, now I know, Star Trek phaser. Well, based on what they wrote there, I'm just gonna go ahead and take their word for it. Star Trek phaser. I thought for the longest time this was some kind of viewing device. I thought it was like, not binoculars, but maybe monoculars. No, it's a ray gun. It's a ray gun. Whew. I don't know what to think. Maybe you guys know what to think. And if you do know what to think, put it in the comments, why don't you? And there's a ball right behind his head next to a stack of books and a basket of, I don't know if that's clean or dirty laundry, but really kind of doesn't matter, on the ironing board. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So we saw them. We saw these pictures. They're interesting. And they were cut out. Okay. He filmed this, cut it out of the movie. Okay. And then I think I've shown this one before. Let me see if I can open image in a new tab. Hold up. There it is. Yes. And it's not a bad resolution. Not the very best, but it's not terrible. So here she is making breakfast for Jack. Eggs. I think I already said there's some butter here. There's that portable TV. There's a loaf of sliced bread. At least it looks like sliced bread to me. She's making breakfast in that robe. Again with the freaking plaid. With the robe. And behind her, this kitchen, there's like no color. It's all like gray and white, like stainless steel and white paint on the walls. And then there's that blower thing to, stoke a fire. But, And, oh Lord, look, there's the ladle, remember? Little Dipper, Big Dipper, Ursa, Major Ursa, Minor Ursa means bear. I talked about that in a video. Okay, I don't know what she's watching Wheel of Fortune. Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord Jesus in heaven. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but my mind is blown. Tell me, again in the comments, tell me, what do you think? Wheel of Fortune, and the bag of bread over here seems to have stars on it, kind of like Danny's little shirt that he's, oh no, not that. Danny's little shirt that he's wearing in the beginning of the movie. Remember this thing with the stars on it? And it looks eerily reminiscent to this loaf of bread. Oh my God, what is going on? But Wheel of Fortune, though, I knew she could see something on this TV. It was on, but I didn't know it was Wheel of Fortune, y'all. I had no idea. But here it is. And she's smiling and looking at, Stanley cut this out. And, the question, I guess, is, what would have been the point of this scene? Like showing us her making breakfast in this massive kitchen for Jack, to bring it to him in that first part of the movie. And what would have been the point? I mean, he cut it out, and he cut it out for a reason. Okay, but he filmed it. That means he had something in mind. And he's something in mind that Stanley thought would contribute to the overall thing he was doing in the movie. And that overall thing that he wanted to contribute to, he thought showing the Wheel of Fortune on this TV. In the kitchen, he thought that would contribute to whatever he was trying to say. Make of that what you will. Wheel of Fortune. I gotta think about this. I'm gonna save this article for future reading and consideration. So anyway, there's that. Okay. So Wendy makes breakfast. Now, a scene of, there we go. A scene of Wendy preparing breakfast in the kitchen while watching Wheel of Fortune was cut at the 34 minutes and 21 second mark. Okay. Here we go. Oh my God, what is this? Danny's hedge maze vision. People. Right before Wendy and Danny enter the hedge maze at 38 minutes, a scene where Danny would have experienced a vision while staring into the model hedge maze was cut. This would have been a slow tracking shot zooming into his face. Okay, so let's take a look at these. Oh, we must. Okay. Okay. Now, let me zoom it in a little bit as much as I can. Okay, so what's behind him? Behind him is the entrance area of the hotel. Cool. And he does not look like happy camper at all. And this maze is awfully green, as we know. But he's wearing more plaid. We got to figure out this plaid. The chairs in the hotel are plaid. Wendy's robe is plaid. Here, Danny's shirt is plaid. We got so much plaid. Wendy's wearing a plaid scarf when she's wearing the yellow jacket when she's calling the forestry service. What's up with the plaid? Okay, but here's Danny looking possessed. Okay, and then it zooms into his face over here, and he looks even more possessed. And oh my God, oof, Lord. Okay, now what I see missing here, we see this radiator back here. Okay, and the furniture. But what should be here, or maybe not what should be here, but what is here later in the movie behind Danny, is that cordless TV that shouldn't be working that shows the movie The Summer of 42 is not here. That's all I can kind of think of right now. I don't know. This is creepy. Ooh, this is creepy. But what do you guys think? Are you guys having thoughts? I hope so. I hope you're having thoughts. What do you think it means? Showing Danny in the exact same spot where Jack, looks down at the maze. Whoa. Wendy and Danny are in it. Any thoughts? I don't know what to think at this point. I'm just going through these. And I'm so thankful that I found this article. Okay, here we go. Wendy and Danny. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, good heavens. Wendy and Danny at the maze's center. Okay. Maybe you see why I said good heavens. Let me open this up right away so we can talk about it as soon as possible. The scene of Danny and Wendy exploring the hedge maze at 39 minutes was originally longer. The two of them would have found the center where Wendy took a Polaroid of Danny standing on the bench. Kubrick intended to film a vision of the twins in the maze during the sequence, but it was never filmed. Okay, let's take a look. Now, why did I say good heavens? Well, I think this is if he had left this in the movie, if we had seen this in the movie, it would have been a very obvious foreshadowing of Jack's frozen death in the maze. Don't you think? Don't you think, children? Look at this. I mean, is he exactly in this spot in the maze when he dies? When he runs out of steam chasing Danny and Danny evades him and outsmarts him, in a very Roadrunner-esque way. I don't know, but Wendy is taking a picture of this. And to me, Danny's where he is, maybe Jack sits down on one of these benches. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just collapses onto the floor. But it kind of doesn't matter. This reminds me way too much of where Jack ends up. And he is sitting down, whether it's on a bench or whatever. When he again gets too tired, he gets exhausted, and the freezing temperatures start to kind of take hold of him. This to me is definitely a foreshadowing of Jack's death. And, because with all of the ideas that we've been batting around, me and Richard and Gershom and Richland Law and all the good commenters in my comments, is Wendy the evil one? That's one thing that we've kind of been discussing. And if she is the evil one, is this an example of her evil? Is she planning Jack's ultimate fate at the end of the movie? And this is we're watching her planning it. I don't know, you guys. I really don't know. You tell me. Once again, drop it in the comments. I can't wait to read it. Let me know. Okay. So there's that. Okay. And then a vision of Jack's fate. What the hell is this? A vision of the hedge maze model covered in snow was cut, which slowly panned in to show a miniature. What? Oh, Lord. A miniature of Jack's frozen body visible inside of it. It is unknown when this scene took place, so they can't tell us at which minute mark. So let's take a look at this. Oh, I hope these are high res. Okay, so here it is. I guess they just painted this thing white, huh? And I'm just wondering, again, me and Gershom were discussing the labyrinth and how, and he asked me, did I know, like, uh, what is it? The etymology of the word labyrinth. And I said, yeah, um, because, the labyrinth is named after the labris, which is the double-headed sacrificial axe. Minoan, King, oh, good Lord. Is it King Minos? Okay. That's why it's called Minoan. It's named after King Minos. And, the Minotaur lives in the labyrinth, and basically King Minos sends people in there to die and whatever. Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? I don't know. But, I mean, it's an axe. And again, axes play a huge role in this movie. An axe, one in particular. And the word axe, labyrinth, labris, zayin, taken zayin back in history. And it originally, or one of the original meanings was axe. And I talked about the Z's, and I talked about the number 7, and I talked about all that stuff. Go watch all of my videos too. I'm shouting out my buddies here, Richard and Delta. I've made some videos too, so go ahead, check them out if you have the time. But so we're looking at this. Ooh, white, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I need to check up on this, but the Minotaur, I think he was white, or his father. The Minotaur's father, the bull of heaven, who copulated with Minos's. Was it Minos? Oh, why am I blanking out on this? But the king's wife, and that coupling resulted in the birth of the Minotaur, who was half man, half bull, and terrifying, and he couldn't be controlled. So that's another reason why he had to be banished into this labyrinth maze. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. And then the archaeologists think that, like, the real labyrinth was actually the palace at Knossos on the island of Crete, and all of that good stuff. Now, let's go over here. Where is Jack? Where is he? Oh, Lord, is that the little, this little dot here? Is that where Jack is? And now I'm going to go back here and compare it with this. Oh my God, hold on. Is this where Danny is? When Wendy's taken that Polaroid of him? I don't know. Because he's not, like, if this is where he dies, if this is the location in the maze where he dies, okay. Look at this. Ooh, that would be like right about here. Right. Okay. Hold on. Yep. So this rectangular part in the center is the very center of the maze, but he's not right in the very center. He's like, he doesn't make it to the center. How do you get all the way in there? This is a huge maze. But he's right here, and maybe this is also where Danny and Wendy are when she's snapping the Polaroid in this cut scene. Okay, for some reason, Stanley didn't show this to us, or couldn't show us, maybe time constraints, or maybe he didn't want to give too much away, just like maybe that's why the reason he cut the epilogue scene. I don't know, y'all. I don't frickin' know. Ay, ay, ay. Because this shit's not going to be easy to figure out. Like, that, right? But this is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. Okay. So we covered the maze, the white maze. And now Jack discovers the scrapbook. Now, I've seen these photographs before, but I thought they were just like continuity photographs or something like that. Let me read this to you. Jack discovers the scrapbook. Following the 39-minute mark in the film, after bouncing the tennis ball around the lobby and checking out the hedge maze model, Jack discovers a trail made from his writing materials. Oh, really? He slowly follows it into the Colorado Lounge, where he mysteriously finds a scrapbook sitting on his desk. After flipping through its many pages, he discovers it contains the bloody history of the Overlook Hotel, which he begins to use as inspiration for his writing project. Oh, you mean all those pages and pages and pages of the same shit over and over and over again, all work and no play, make Jack a dull boy? You think that's the writing project? It was written inspired by... Okay. The seeds of Jack's infatuation with the Overlook were planned to begin with this scene. Really? I thought he felt like he had been there before, like deja vu. He said that before this scene. So I don't know what they mean with the seeds comment, but never mind. The seeds of Jack's infatuation with the Overlook were planned to begin with this scene, which was inspired by the plot thread in Stephen King's original novel. Diane Johnson fought to include this scene in the final cut. How did she fight, though? Like, how's she going to go up against Stanley? That's what I don't understand. But never mind. Remnants. I'm gonna take their word for it. I'm not gonna say like Diane Johnson didn't fight, because I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna be that like arrogant. But well, at least you know what? That's actually kind of good. That if she did like fight with Stanley about what to include and what not to include, because like that means, wow, she felt comfortable enough to like step to him. She didn't think that she would lose her job by doing so, or whatever. Anyway, remnants of the scrapbook's significance in the story can be found in the film, from its visibility on Jack's writing desk in several scenes, and a line of dialogue from Jack when talking about the spirit of Delbert Grady. I saw your picture in the papers. The prop scrapbook can be viewed at the Stanley Kubrick Archives in London. That sounds like fun. Which I'll probably never do. I'll probably never make it to London to look at it. I mean, have they published it? Or was that Lee Unkrich's book or whatever? So let's take a looky at this. Okay, there's that trail of office supplies. And then here's the desk. And here's the couch where it should be. Okay, look at this shit. No chairs in front of the vents. No chairs in front of the vents. Interesting. They're exposed. And here he is at the scrapbook looking at it. Where's the typewriter? I don't see it, but whatever. I mean, or maybe it's there and this picture is just like too damaged for me to be able to make it out. That's fine. Let's see the next one. Oh, this is teensy weensy. And still we can see those vents, which again, it's still at this point, I think if you're seeing vents in the Colorado Lounge, that what you're seeing in there might not really be happening, but that's just my opinion. I could definitely be wrong. Here he is flipping through the book. And there he is. Now this is definitely a foreshadowing of what Wendy is going to be doing later when she finds Jack's manuscript of the same shit over and over and over again, page after page after page, on that yellow ass paper. Oh my God. Interesting. He's looking at the book. He's got his sweater and this blue shirt under his sweater. Okay. And again, like, now I know that the shirt is blue. I was wondering about the color of the sweater. I was wondering about the color of the shirt in the scene where he's looking down at the maze and where he's bouncing the ball and everything. That's blue. That's Wendy's color. That's how I feel. I could be wrong. But that's, we see Wendy from this perspective, from this, like, angle, when she's, horrified and reading through Jack's, quote-unquote novel. Ooh, so many things to think about. You guys, this is giving me thoughts, ideas. I gotta go make another grilled cheese sandwich after this video. But anyway, Jack's new writing project. Immediately following the previous scene, at the 40-minute mark, an interaction regarding the scrapbook between Jack and Wendy was cut, following the Tuesday title card. Wendy enters the Colorado Lounge after finding her way out of the maze with Danny and finds Jack seated on the couch. Which one? There's a bunch of them in that room. Is it the one that disappears later? Okay. Anyway, Jack seated on the couch, flipping through the scrapbook. He informs her that the scrapbook contains big money for his new writing project. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm going to save this page and come back to it. While flipping through it, he finds a photo of Grady right outside the door to the room they are staying in. Oh, my. Well, isn't that something? The rest of the pages are strangely empty. Okay. And the scene ends with Jack announcing the title of the project, Tales of the Winter Caretaker by Jack Torrance, a Winter Caretaker. Oh. Okay. Grady. Charles and or Delbert. Okay. Here's another one. This is big money. Oh, is this? Oh, yeah. Okay, I just had a thought. So he informs Wendy that the scrapbook contains big money for his new writing project. Okay. The rest of the pages are strangely empty. Is he like dissing? In my opinion, I think that at least partially, The Shining, the movie, is a big old diss. A big old slap in the face to Stephen King. But, like he didn't walk out for no reason, right? But, the big money, that's all Stephen King seems to care about. I don't think he really cares very much about the quality of his prose. You know what I mean? But, let me know what you think. I don't know. Here's another one. The Torrances play in the snow. After the snowstorm begins, a scene in which Jack joins Wendy and Danny out in the snow was cut. Okay. Wendy and Danny engage in a snowball fight and encourage Jack to join them. Upon starting to play, Wendy gets upset at Jack for throwing them too hard. Oh, and then that's the part of the movie, like, okay, they're playing in the snow. Wendy and Danny are playing in the snow. But, like, then we cut to Jack looking crazy and just standing in one spot and staring like a lunatic. Is that after, like, Wendy punishes him by making him go back inside? I don't know. But sounds like it. Throwing them too hard, eh? Snowballs. Throwing snowballs too hard. I call him Sneezy the Snowman for a reason. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But that was interesting. This is interesting. That, like, originally we could have seen, if Stanley had left it in the movie, we could have seen Jack playing in the snow with Wendy and Danny. And then, Wendy gets upset at him for throwing them too hard. Oh, okay. All right. Let me keep it moving. Wendy cradles injured Danny. Now, this is interesting. A scene of Wendy carrying the injured Danny down the halls of the Overlook. Following her argument with Jack at the 62-minute mark, this scene was first discovered in an auction for a work print reel belonging to Kubrick's assistant, Emilio D'Alessandro. It is unknown who won the auction, leaving the question in speculation whether or not the public eye will ever see this footage. After Wendy makes it back to her room, she cradles the catatonic Danny as Jack begins pounding on the door to be let in. Oh, my God. My Lord and my God. Oh, dear. Wait a minute. Well, this is... Okay, Danny's catatonic. And we finally get to see the sheets of his bed. They're red. That's significant. And Wendy is wearing the clothes she's going to be wearing for the rest of the movie. Okay. In this scene, she's wearing her watch. Here's Danny just staring into space. And remember that scene. I think that's the last thing I um talked about in part 20. The part where, he has his bad dream, and she's in the boiler room and whatever, and does Wendy Torrance hate Jack and Danny, in Understanding the Shining part 20. I I I listen, something's wrong with that scene. Something is wrong with that scene. Everything is wrong with that scene. And Wendy is cradling Danny like this. This is not okay. That's something. Again, he probably cut these scenes out because it would make it too obvious. And what is it? As Mike Patton asks. I everybody has their own idea of what is it in The Shining. That, I think is the Manhattan Project plus some other stuff. Um and these characters and their interactions, and what we saw, what he decided to leave in and what he decided to cut out, all contribute to like whatever it is in The Shining that we're all trying to figure out. But she's cradling a catatonic Danny. He was in room 237. And it's interesting. I don't know what the whole scene looked like, but in this shot we can't see his neck. His allegedly bruised neck and the tear in his sweater or whatever. Mm-mm. That's interesting, Stanley. Why don't you want to show us his neck and those bruises that are, I don't think they're there later in the movie. Don't quote me, but I don't, I mean, he's wearing a collared shirt for the rest of the movie, so we can't see that part of his neck. But okay, let's keep it moving. And then here's Jack. He wants to be let in to, she locked the door. She got pissed at him. She ran upstairs, took him in, as the thing said over here. And then Wendy cradles the injured catatonic Danny in their bedroom. Not their bedroom, it's Danny's bedroom. Okay, but Jack, infuriated and confused. Remember how confused Jack was when Wendy said, "You did this to him, you son of a bitch." Remember that? Jack was like, what the hell is going on? He had that look. That was not a look of somebody who was like, who had been caught red-handed. That is not the look of somebody who had been discovered and guilty. And no, that was the look of somebody who doesn't know what the fuck is going on in that scene. And Jack is infuriated. Like, after he probably gets over his shock at what he just saw in the Colorado Lounge with Danny and Wendy, he's infuriated, confused and infuriated, and demands to be let inside the room. And now we know, after that scene, he goes to the gold room. Remember? He goes to the gold room and, has Lloyd pour him the drink. And like spills his guts to Lloyd. And then Wendy comes screaming in and said, "There's a crazy woman in the hotel and she tried to strangle Danny." And he says, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" Okay, so this is what happens before that. So Stanley shot this footage of this and this, and he decided to cut it out and not show us what happens between the Colorado Lounge and the Gold Room, and why Jack. If she had just let him in their apartment here in the staff wing, then he wouldn't have gone to the Gold Room. Now, was he like, fit to kill in this scene? Like I said, he doesn't look like somebody who's been caught red-handed. He looks like somebody who's very confused, shocked even that Danny is injured and Wendy is blaming him for it. He looks like, somebody who's being wrongfully accused of something in that scene where he's just, he's got his mouth is agape. Everything. Thank you. What is this website called? Lost Media Wiki. Thank you, Lost Media Wiki. This is I'm having a great time. Okay, let's keep it moving. Jack's view of the Colorado Lounge. A scene of Jack walking down the overlook corridors at the 77-minute mark of the film. According to Steadicam operator Ray Andrew, there was a scene of Jack walking through the hotel after he had just been in room 237 and encountered the old woman in the bathtub. I shot a scene with Jack where he walked down one of the hotel corridors and he ended up on the balcony above the Colorado Lounge and looked down, effectively revealing to the audience his perspective of the lounge. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know what to think of that. Why did Stanley think that we needed to see Jack's perspective of the lounge? I mean, he cut it out ultimately, but these were all things that he was considering leaving in there. I mean, he shot them for a reason. He probably thought he was going to put them in the movie, or maybe he didn't know exactly what to put in the movie. I mean, magic probably happened in the editing room. I don't know. Ended up, he walked down the corridors, and he ended up on the balcony above the Colorado Lounge and looked down. So the balcony means not the staircase where Wendy climbs up backwards. No, it's the part that I was actually looking at in the Colorado Lounge video, where I go through Delta Builders Colorado Lounge videos, renderings, and we were talking about that area that overlooks his writing table. So he was looking down at his writing table. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Jack hears a ghost. A scene where Jack discovers objects that have been arranged in his working space in the ballroom with arrows and things. Okay. He walks down and thinks he hears a voice, and a ghost throws a ball back to him. Okay. I mean, I'm just having like shock after shock after shock reading this and seeing. I'm seeing this for the first time. I'm reading this for the first time with you. You're getting my, initial, untainted reaction to this. I haven't thought about this. I'm just, it's not in real time, but you get to see me react to this, and I'd love to know how you're reacting to it too. Again, put it in the comments. Anyway, he hears a voice and a ghost throws a ball back to him. Now, what part of the movie is this in? I don't know. He's in the ballroom though. He discovers objects that have been arranged in his working space in the ballroom. He doesn't have a working space in the ballroom that I know of. His working space is in the Colorado Lounge. Did somebody get confused when they said this? I don't know. With arrows and things. Arrows? What kind of arrows? Okay, so much to think about. He walks down and thinks he hears a voice, and a ghost throws a ball back to him. Okay, let's keep it moving. As stated by the film's original composer, Wendy Carlos, this scene featured her original score. It is unknown where this scene took place. Okay. Well. Interesting. All right. Danny has a vision in the bathtub. Well, okay. A scene where Danny has a vision while in the bathtub was cut. It's currently unknown when it would have taken place. Why is Danny in the bathtub? I'm going to show you the picture, of course. But here he is. And I'm... Oh. What the hell is this? I'm going to zoom in because you need to see this. Why am I oh-ohing? Look at this toy. Look at this bathtub toy he's got. It looks like a little boat being rowed by... I don't know what this thing is, rowing the boat. It looks an awful lot like Winnie the Pooh. Um, I don't know what this is. I guess this is the soap holder. But this looks an awful lot like Winnie the Pooh in a blue boat. Blue. Is that blue and red? Is like the bottom part of the boat, like the, what do they call it? The hull of the boat, is that red? And the top part is blue, and then there's Winnie. And remember what I said? Winnie is Wendy. Winnie the Pooh is Wendy. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Lord Jesus. No. Let me get out of here. But make of that what you will. I don't know what to make of it, but he has a vision in the bathtub. He looks very scared. Okay, now the bloody ballroom. Phew. Okay. At the 84-minute mark of the film, Jack eyes the bar table mirror in front of him to see the gold room guests become corpses. Okay, so originally it wasn't just Wendy who was going to see people in the hotel, those skeletons. No, Jack too. Okay, in front of to see the gold room guests become corpses upon finishing his conversation with Lloyd, the bartender. Many of them were drenched in the blood, with knives lodged in their backs and chests, while others were bare skeletons. Okay. Kubrick insisted that the skeletons used on set be authentic. Okay. And these can be seen in the final film at the 133-minute mark when Wendy witnesses them in the lobby. What the hell does authentic mean? Authentic. I hope it doesn't mean real skeletons. But okay, and that now, don't forget, with drenched in blood, with knives lodged in their backs and chests, while others were bare skeletons. What the hell? Not in their backs and chests, knives lodged in their backs and chests. The only person I can think of in the movie who wields a knife, not an axe, but a knife, is Wendy. Just saying. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Now, there's no picture, but we could just go by this description. Interesting. Okay. Grady hands Jack a note. So we're moving on. Grady hands Jack a note. Jack's conversation with Grady at the 91-minute mark originally went on a bit longer. The scene was intended to end with Grady handing a note to Jack. The note contained a quote from Bruno Schulz, a Jewish poet, quoting, "There is no death. Lifelessness is only a disguise behind which hide other forms of life." The last shot would cut to Jack, alone in the bathroom, staring at his empty hands, with both the note and Grady nowhere to be seen. And you know what I'm thinking. Maybe you don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe you can guess what I'm thinking. I don't know. But I'm opening up the pictures so we can look at them. The note again, it says who's the author of what's on the note? Bruno Schulz, a Jewish poet. Okay. I'm gonna have to look him up too now. You know that. There is no death. Lifelessness is only a disguise behind which hide. Excuse me, let me start again. There is no death. Lifelessness is only a disguise behind which hide unknown forms of life. I have an idea now. I don't know, I don't want to harp on too much about myself, but I don't know if you know, some of you know, but I want to start a greeting card business, and I want to just pick public domain images that I find beautiful or interesting and make greeting cards out of them for people to buy on my website. And I was thinking of just leaving them blank on the inside, but maybe I can put like poems. I don't know. What do you guys think? By, again, authors that are in the public domain that I won't get in trouble for stealing from. Um, but this is because this is a card. This isn't just a note. This is a pretty looking little card. There is no death. Lifelessness is only a disguise behind which hide unknown forms of life. Now, Grady is supposed to have given this to Jack in the gold room, bathroom, gentleman's room, as Grady calls it. And it's that room, as you can see, all the redness, blood. And oh, wait a minute now. So we cut from, okay, great. That scene was supposed to end with Grady handing Jack this note with the poem in it, and then we cut to Jack standing in the bathroom, no Grady, no note, and no glass. Remember, he had a glass of liquor, and Grady like doused him with the avocado, and that's why they're in the bathroom, so Grady can wash the avocado off of him. Where's the glass? Where's the glass? It's not there. But this poem is really intriguing. There is no death. Lifelessness is only a disguise behind which hide unknown forms of life. This automatically makes me think of Oppenheimer. And that famous quote of his on TV where he looks so sullen and forlorn, and he's regretful about having contributed to the creation of the atomic bomb, where he says, "I am become death, destroyer of words." And they said Stanley's like, no, Bob Oppenheimer, there is no death. You are not become death because there is no death. Who told us? Bruno Schulz. Now let me look up Bruno Schulz for 1 second. I have to. This is too interesting and too fascinating. Hold on. Okay. I found him. I had to. This is a little detour, but I had to. Bruno Schulz, July 12th, 1892 to the 19th of November, 1942. Oh dear. 42, eh? Okay. He was a Polish-Jewish writer, fine artist, literary critic, and art teacher. He is regarded as one of the great Polish language prose stylists of the 20th century. He was awarded, in 1938, he was awarded the Polish Academy of Literature's prestigious Golden Laurel Award. Several of Schulz's works were lost in the Holocaust, including short stories from the early 40s and his final unfinished novel, The Messiah. Oh my goodness. Schulz was shot and killed by a Gestapo officer in 1942 while walking back home toward the Hobbits ghetto with a loaf of bread. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh. Wow. Wow. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find, like, if this is just like part of a full poem by Mr. Schulz, I don't think I'll be able to find it on the Wikipedia page. But obviously this guy was somebody, and he won this award, so he was probably somebody that Stanley knew about. Stanley read his poetry. Wow. Wow. Okay, I kind of want to, I don't have time to like track this down right now, but I do believe, just right now, just my initial reaction, this is another Manhattan Project thing where Stanley is answering, clapping back really at Oppenheimer, saying, "I am become death." He's like, no, you have not become death. You are not become death. There is no death. Lifelessness is only a disguise behind which hide unknown forms of life. This is like touching. This is deep. This is gonna, I'm gonna think about this for a while. This is amazing. I'm so glad I found this page and I can share it with you in this video. I hope I'm not being too annoying, but if you don't like it, click off. I can't do anything about that. Anyway, I'm so happy I found this. So happy. This is almost bringing tears to my eyes. I'm going to keep it together for the video, but this is really, really beautiful. Anyway, moving on. Wendy leans against the door frame. Okay, so let me close those. Wendy leans against the door frame. A scene of Wendy resting her head against the door panel in the bathroom was cut. It is unknown where this took place. Says here, Wendy, overcome with anxiety, leans her head against the door frame. Okay, let's take a look. This looks like another like kind of continuity Polaroid thing, but is this after the Jack's terrorizing her and Danny with the axe, or she's leaning her head against the door frame? She's leaning her head against the door frame. If this, and it looks like it might be because her hair is like hanging down long, but it's so blurry and so like messed up that you can't be sure. I don't know. Is it? Oh, what does it say here? I'm gonna read it again. Her head against the door panel in the bathroom. Overcome with the anxiety. Again, is that because she's not wearing, by the time, the only time, well, not the only time, but after she gets to the hotel, after she gets to the Overlook Hotel, after they move in, excuse me, on the closing day, her hair is down. Every scene after that, before the scene where Jack busts in with the axe and the red rum scene, her hair is tied back somehow. That's why and it's not tied back here. It's hanging down. So, like, when is this? When is she wearing a robe? I can't tell. I can't tell. But if she's, what does it say here? Leaning her head against the door frame, and Jack just terrorized them, and his intent was to kill them. And Grady's arrival not Grady, so sorry. Halloran's arrival distracts him. And instead of going downstairs to look for her son, she stays up here and just, calmly, or, whatever, leans her head up against his doorframe. Okay. But again, I can't know what part of the movie this is in because it's very hard to tell based on her clothes. Anyway, here we go. Grady in the kitchen. All right. The scene of Grady freeing Jack from the pantry at the 114-minute mark originally showed Grady's side of the conversation. It was likely cut to keep the scene more ambiguous. Okay, let's take a look. Open the image in the new tab. Grady talking to Jack on the other side of the pantry door. Okay. All right. Well, the knife is missing. You see that here? The knife is missing. And this is another scene that I don't believe really happened. I don't believe that Wendy put him in the pantry. I don't believe that she bopped him over the head with the baseball bat. I don't know whether or not this scene really takes place. I have my reasons. Again, with the knives. Wendy's the only... I mean, is it one or two knives missing from here? I don't know. I think it's just one. I could be wrong. No. And Grady is the one who's supposed to have let him out. He's a ghost. Or a Fig Newton of Jack's imagination. Or Wendy's imagination. Ain't no telling. But, something is wrong. Something is wrong. With this. Oof. Very weird. Very, very, very weird. Okay. I'll talk about it if I have a chance in a future video. I might have to do a video just about these images. I don't know. Anyway, Dick Halloran's death extended. Let's keep it moving. Dick Halloran's death in the climax was originally longer and more gruesome. After hitting him in the chest, Jack would have turned Halloran up on the floor to face him. Halloran then proceeded to plead for his life before Jack performed a fatal blow on him. According to Diane Johnson, his death was changed as Kubrick didn't want it to be too gory. He thought a lot of blood was vulgar. What? Wait a minute, Diane. A lot of blood is vulgar. That's what he thought. So that's why he had all of that come out of the elevator. All that blood wasn't too vulgar. See, this is why I think that like Stanley Kubrick wasn't being 100% forthright with the people he was working with, even Diane, his co-writer. For some reason, he just needed to keep some shit to himself, and he didn't. I do believe that he didn't tell everybody his motivations or his ideas or his plans or his intentions. No. But anyway, moving on. I'll read that again. Diane Johnson said Kubrick didn't want it to be too gory. He thought a lot of blood was vulgar. Okay. Halloran's corpse can be found lying on his back when found by Wendy at the 132-minute mark of the film, signifying the cut scene. Let's take a look. I just see this is a good article. I'm so happy I found it. There it is. So he's still alive. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? What is this? Look at this thing. Do you see what I see? Okay, so he's not dead yet. He's just wounded in this scene. And this axe doesn't have like like what you would expect an axe blade to look like. Look at this thing. Look at this. Gershom, deliberate choices. Deliberate choices. This does not look like an axe. This looks more like a pickaxe. And pickaxes are used for digging. And I could have sworn that the axe he uses to bust through the door, the bathroom door, had a, more common axe blade. This says, look at this thing. Oh, and it looks like a number 7, doesn't it? And or the letter Zayin in Hebrew. You're going to have to watch my videos to find out what I mean by that if you've never been here before. But, no. Anyway, let's keep it moving. I don't want to keep you too long, but if I have to, I have to. Wendy meets Mrs. Grady. Many more scenes. Did you hear me? Wendy meets Mrs. Grady. Okay. Many more scenes regarding Wendy's visions in the climax were filmed, one of which involved Wendy witnessing the ghost of Mrs. Grady, all drenched in blood, standing behind her through a mirror. As Wendy screamed in shock, the glass in the mirror shattered. According to Shelley Duvall, it was a scary scene, but I don't think audiences would have understood who she was. The prop head that may have been used for Mrs. Grady can be seen in the making of The Shining. Okay, let's take a look at this thing. A model head of a woman's corpse, possibly used for Wendy's visions in the climax. Okay. I'm gonna try to make it as big as that's as good as I could do. That's what Mrs. Grady looked like. Uh-huh. Well, damn. I don't know what to think. You guys, why is there all this stuff on her face? Is that just blood splatter, or is that like pock marks? I don't know. Did she have syphilis? Like, what's going on? You guys tell me. Like tertiary syphilis. Tell me. Help me. Okay, we got to keep it moving. But okay, so last little part here. Alternate takes. Though not deleted scenes themselves, the original television spot for The Shining is comprised mostly of alternate takes compared to the ones used in the actual film. Well, that's interesting. Okay. And then there's the deleted epilogue. Okay, there's plenty to read here. My God. Oh, I apologize in advance, but I'm going to have to read all of this to you. So let's go. The deleted epilogue. The most famous deleted scene of all is the removed epilogue for the film. After Jack freezes to death in the hedge maze at the 139-minute mark, the film then would have faded into daytime, where a group of police officers investigate the hedge maze. Oh shit. Hold on. Where a group of police officers investigate the hedge maze, unable to find Jack's frozen corpse. Unable to find Jack's frozen corpse. It then would have cut to the Overlook manager Stuart Ullman walking down a hospital corridor to meet a nurse, credited to be portrayed by Robin Pappas in the ending credits of the film, playing snakes and ladders at the reception desk with Danny. Richard. Mr. Tancred of Tales, hello there. I hope you read this. I hope you heard me read this. The police, remember all that shit we were talking about? All that extremely fascinating and interesting shit we were talking about, like, maybe Jack ain't dead. Maybe nobody killed him. Maybe, the possibilities are endless, but unable to find Jack's it's not there. It then would have cut to the Overlook manager Stuart Ullman walking down a hospital corridor to meet a nurse, etc., playing snakes and ladders at the reception desk with Danny. She lets Ullman into the room where Wendy is staying, informing her that the authorities couldn't find any trace of the supernatural events she witnessed, nor Jack's body. Bodies don't just disappear. Okay? They just don't. We see a shot of frozen Jack. And you're telling me the police couldn't find him, and here is Ullman telling Wendy, no, he wasn't there. No supernatural nothing, and no body, no corpse. Ullman sympathizes that anyone would have witnessed such hallucinations due to the horrors she went through at the hotel, and invites her and Danny to stay at his suite in Los Angeles. Okay. Ullman sympathizes that anyone would have witnessed such hallucinations. Okay, so is Stanley telling us, or did Stanley decide not to tell us by cutting out the scene? But if he had left it in, would it have been him telling us that Wendy is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? I don't know. On his way out, he proclaims to Danny he almost forgot something, tossing the same tennis ball Jack was playing with earlier in the film to his hands. Ullman bids Danny goodbye, and the film fades to the photograph shot it typically ends on. Okay. All right. Well, that's very interesting. Now, people who know about this epilogue scene, they always interpret this as I had a little interruption. They always interpret this scene as, he gives Danny the ball. That means, that's Ullman's little wink to Danny that, all the shit that happened at the hotel really happened. All the supernatural stuff, all the craziness really happened. Maybe it's not. Maybe like a certain person named after a facial feature. I won't say his name, but he says sometimes a cigar is just I think that's what he says. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Rene Magritte and all that shit. Surrealism. Freud. Oh my God. And I don't want to misquote the facial feature, but maybe a ball is just a ball. Maybe a tennis ball is just a tennis ball. I don't know. But, gotta think about it. Okay, let me keep reading this. This is interesting, isn't it? The scene was included in early screenings of the film in Los Angeles and New York. Hearing about the negative reception The Shining was receiving, Kubrick began to attend some of these screenings himself to survey audience reactions. Upon leaving the auditorium, he noticed a fell swoop of silence as viewers would leave immediately as the credits started. Curious to see how audiences may react, the epilogue was cut in certain screenings, which instigated a much different atmosphere as the movie ended. The audience felt a buzz and applauded as they sat through the credits discussing the meaning of the film. Okay, so this was Stanley's reason for cutting it out. I don't know what to think of this. I would love to see what you think in the comments. But, you know, this is allegedly his reason for cutting the epilogue scene. I don't know what to think. I don't know whether or not this is accurate or the real reason he cut it, or I don't know. I have no idea. Kubrick wrote the epilogue because of the affinity he felt for both Danny and Wendy, desiring to reassure the audience that they were okay upon surviving the events at the Overlook. However, after seeing this discrepancy in audience reaction to these two cuts of the film, he decided perhaps he went the wrong direction in providing these answers to the viewer. Okay, do people realize what answers he was really providing? I don't know. Thus, he ordered Warner Brothers to contract an editor to physically cut the scene from the reels it was included in at these early screenings. The man they found was J. Friedkin. Okay. Any relation to William Friedkin? I don't know. If you're watching Exorcist reviews, let me know. Friedkin described he was very meticulously Friedkin described he very meticulously explained exactly what frame to cut out and what time. I'm so sorry. No. Friedkin described he very meticulously explained exactly what frame to cut out and what frame to cut back to. Escorted in a limousine driven by Warner Brothers representatives, Friedkin diligently cut the scene from each reel, timing his visits to each theater so it wouldn't impede on the showtimes. At the end of the day, he handed the film over to Warner Brothers, believing that would be the end of the story. 2 weeks later, Kubrick called him inquiring about a negative reception circulating in one theater as opposed to positive reactions in another. He was led to believe perhaps Friedkin missed that theater during his travels, but upon inspecting the reel at said theater, the print was fine. One of the theater was in Midtown on 57th Street. It was more known for art films and classy films. The other was the Olympia up on 100 and something Street, which means it was playing to people who didn't give a fuck about Stanley Kubrick and were only going to see The Shining because of the trailer. Okay. The deleted epilogue of The Shining remains a heavily discussed topic in the history of cinema to this day. Film critic Roger Ebert, who attended one of these early screenings, commented in 2006, Kubrick was wise to remove that epilogue. It pulled one rug too many out from under the story. At some level, it is necessary for us to believe the 3 members of the Torrance family are actually residents in the hotel during that winter. Whatever happens, or whatever they think happens. I think I should read that to you again. Okay. All right, get ready. This is the second run. Film critic Roger Ebert, who attended one of these early screenings, commented in 2006, Kubrick was wise to remove that epilogue. It pulled one rug too many out from under the story. Okay. At some level, it is necessary for us to believe that the 3 members of the Torrance family are actually residents in the hotel during that winter. Whatever happens, or whatever they think happens. I mean, this does look self-explanatory, but it ain't. This needs some interpreting, some unpackaging. Yup. What the hell did Roger Ebert tell us? I mean, this man had, he was famous for a reason. He was a famous film critic. He had seen it all. He knew a thing or two about films and filmmakers and etc. Is he telling us that whatever we saw at this hotel, like all the shit that we see in the movie, maybe not all of it, but most of it just doesn't happen? And it's a fig Newton of somebody's imagination, whether it's Jack, Wendy, maybe even Danny. The Wendy theory is looking a lot more interesting now, isn't it? Right, Richard? And everybody else that I communicate with regularly or semi-regularly. Mm. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about this in the future. You best believe I'm going to talk about this in the future. Yes. Anyway, let me keep it going. All the film. What? Oh, yeah. All the film lifts of said scene were reportedly destroyed, leaving chances slim to none that the epilogue will ever again meet the public eye. However, many believe there may be one or two surviving prints out there, with the discovery of an extended cut of 2001: A Space Odyssey serving as a glimmer of hope. Alas, as per Kubrick's wishes, the lost 2001 footage was decided not to be released by Warner Brothers and his estate. As for The Shining, only time will tell if the deleted epilogue or any other cut footage, for that matter, will ever surface, seemingly remaining a ghostly memory among those who have seen it, like the ones that sleep within the Overlook. That sounds like The Haunting. I'm just Okay, let's take a look at these snapshots. Hold on. We're gonna look at them all. Yes. Hold on. Danny playing near the reception desk. Danny and the nurse. Stuart Ullman visits Danny at the reception desk. Ullman enters Wendy's room, bringing her flowers. Ullman enters Wendy's room. Ullman sits beside Wendy. Wendy's reaction as she's told nothing strange was found at the Overlook Hotel. Wendy Torrance, Shelley Duvall at the hospital in the deleted scene. A close-up of Wendy in the hospital bed. Danny in the hallway, more plaid. As Ullman leaves, a close-up of Danny after catching Ullman's mysterious yellow ball. The final shot, a close-up of Danny's face. Okay. All right. This is the final shot of this epilogue scene. And then after this, we cut to the lobby, and then we see the black and white picture of the 1921 July 4th ball with Jack in there. Okay. So let's take... Oh, look. Why is he standing like that? Oh, my God. I'm looking for a time clock, Richard. I can't see it. I don't know. Okay. But there's the nurse. She's wearing pink. Interesting. Danny's wearing plaid. I told you, plaid. Mm. Mm-mm. Oof. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. Okay, hold on. Oh. Oh, shit. What is this on the ceiling? Do you see this, people? Looks like a vent to me. But there's this long light, this shorter light, and then this thing next to the shorter light. Is that a vent? Help me. Okay. All right, so that's the interior of the reception of the hospital. Okay, and then there's the nurse and Danny together there. And she's got a bunch of charts behind her. There's a board game, Chutes and Ladders. Danny's sitting there. You know, they don't give us a lot to work with here, but okay. It's blurry, it's grainy. Okay. That's all we got. That's all we got. I still need to figure out the plaid, but okay, here's Ullman coming into the reception area. These, oh, god damn it, more. This time the plants are hanging from the ceiling. Remember those god-awful potted plants that I'm getting angrier and angrier at in the, hold on, wait a minute. I don't know if you know what I'm looking at, but, yeah. Okay. Here's Ullman. But again, these plants, are they like cousins of the ugly potted plants at the Overlook Hotel? I don't know. Here's Ullman in this enormous fur coat. All right. Cool. Cool. And again, this vent back here is, oh dear. Okay, here we go. Here's Ullman, I guess, entering Wendy's room. Who is this in the background? I don't know. And there goes another vent. You can barely see it, but there it is. Okay, he's wearing what looks like a green scarf around his neck, very similar to the green tie that Jack wore during his interview with Ullman. Okay, here's Wendy, and Wendy looks a little funky, if you ask me. There's somebody already brought her roses. Who that could be, I don't know. She's wearing pink and blue. I already covered this in the video where I talked about the epilogue scene. There's her watch on the side table. There's a phone. I don't know what these are, like maybe beauty products, lotions, whatever. Her hair's tied back again. She's wearing her wedding ring. She's taken off the watch. I don't think we've ever seen her in this movie without a watch before, if this scene had been left in. We would, in every scene she's wearing a watch. And here in the hospital, no watch. Make of that what you will. I think it means that we're not on Wendy time anymore. I think that it means that her reign of terror has ended. Because she's not wearing a watch. Again, is this a mental hospital or the regular kind? That I don't know either. So he brings her roses, and they are protruding from his pelvic area. Make of that what you will. I'm not going to say a damn thing, but I did just say it, but you make of it what you will. Okay, let's keep it moving. There's this. I've already shown this and covered this in another video, in the video where I talked about it. Here she is. There's the roses. There's this picture that I can't make out on the wall. There's this light above her that is not switched on. Doesn't even look like there's a light bulb in there. There's pink roses in the back. There's the phone. And I guess this little thing here is the watch. But what is this box over here? Hold on. It's not even visible in this scene. Okay. So I can't compare and contrast to see whether or not Stanley did a number on us again. But there's the vase. There's these bottles next to the vase. They're next to the. But I still think Stanley did a number on this nightstand here. But whatever. Okay, and then there's her reaction to being told that nothing was found, including Jack's body, at the hotel. And son of a bitch, wait a minute. Wait a minute, hold up. Do you see why I said son of a bitch? Oh, Lord, Stanley. Stanley, why? Why you gotta do that, Stanley? Look at this. The sheets in this scene, in this shot, in this shot, and in this shot, and then finally here. Okay, blue sheets, green sheets. Is this really just did they put different sheets, green ones? Or like, maybe not green, but like a sage kind of green? Or is this just like the treatment of the film? I'm trying to compare her nightgown. Yeah, it looks, pretty darn pink. But you could tell it's pink here too. The shade and the tone of the color of the nightgown doesn't change. But the sheets do. The pillowcase does. That she's resting on. Good Lord. Okay, here's another angle. Yeah, Wendy's a mental patient. I am so sorry. Okay, then there's this. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Is this her? Is she wearing makeup? Wait a damn minute. Is that eyeshadow? She looks prettier here than she does in the other parts of the movie. She looks like she's made up. In other parts of the movie, she don't look like she's made up. What say you, commenters, viewers, good listeners? What do you think? She looks pretty here. In the rest of the movie, she doesn't look this nice. She doesn't look like she's wearing lipstick or eye makeup. What the hell? Holy crap. Yeah, this it's more obvious in the black and white one because you can see the rouge on her cheeks. Why the hell would she be wearing a full face of beautifully done, by the way? Whoever the makeup artist was for this did a great job. She looks beautiful. Um, but why the hell would she be wearing lipstick, eyeshadow, I assume eyeliner, because I'm a woman and I know how to do eyes. But, lipstick, eyeshadow, eyeliner, and blush on her cheeks. Because we see that makeup on the dressing table in their bedroom at the hotel. And there's lipstick on there and, other cosmetic products. But she never looks like she's wearing any of them in the hotel. Ever. Here, she looks like she's ready to go out to the club. Like, what is going on? Look at this. Look at the shade on her cheeks. That is not from lighting. That is from makeup in this black and white shot. You don't have to believe me, but I'm a woman. I know these things. Um, okay, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Okay, here's Danny looking suspicious. Is Danny a little? I don't know. Is Danny? Does Danny have some mental issues too, and maybe inherited from his mother? Because the way he stares at things just is not okay. Um, I don't know. Make of that what you will. But again, with the plaid, this time red, this time mimicking again Jack's outfit at the end of the movie with the burgundy colored jacket and the blue shirt, the blue jeans. Can't see his feet, but these are also Wendy's colors. Blue and red are Wendy's colors. Okay, here's this. All right. I would love to know what brand of tennis ball this is, but it's obscured. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. All right. And then finally this. Again, alleged, like Ullman throws in the ball. If getting a ball rolled to him is what preceded his entry into room 237 and possibly being attacked or assaulted by not some crazy woman. Well, yeah, some crazy woman, maybe his own mother. Maybe he's just developed a phobia of tennis balls. I don't know. But I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what to make of Danny, the look on Danny's face. So this is before Ullman throws him the ball, and this is, him, I guess, catching the ball, and then this is his reaction to having caught the ball. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, we're gonna come back. What is this? Why is he standing like this here? This ain't normal. Just standing like that, ooh, I don't know. I mean, we can see his shoes or his slippers. They look black. I don't know. Okay. I don't know, you guys. You tell me. This is the last shot we see before we go back to the part of the movie where we zoom in on the black and white photo from 1921 of Jack. I'm telling you, Wendy's wearing makeup in this hospital scene. I mean, if she had no reason to wear makeup at the Overlook Hotel, why would she have a reason to wear makeup in a hospital? After going through what she's allegedly been through. And she's recovering from that. Don't make no sense. Okay, I am done. I am done. You guys, I'm going to be coming back to this. Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm going to be coming back to this page. I'm going to use it to help guide me in future analysis of The Shining. Oh, you best believe, trust and believe that's what's going to happen. So, you guys, good people, good viewers, good listeners. If you've, this video is going to run a little more than 2 hours. And if you've been here the whole time and you're still here, thank you. I appreciate you so much. This is the image that I'll leave you with. This poem. This is what really got me. There is no death. Lifelessness is only a disguise behind which hide unknown forms of life. Oh my God. Okay, so you guys, I'm done. And this is your Happy New Year video for me. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't know it was going to be this long. I really didn't know it was going to take me that much time to go through. Oh no, not him. Not that either. But I didn't know it was going to take me that much time to go through this article and all these pictures. Um, you know, but it did. It did. And thank you. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the coffee. Returning viewers, thank you for returning. New viewers, thank you for being new. Subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I especially look forward to the comments. I love them. So, and please check out my friends, well, internet friends, Tankard of Tales and Delta Builder. Okay. And that's that. So again, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the coffee. Hope you enjoyed this time to relax and just allow yourself to think about whatever you want to think about. It's your mind. You get to use it however you like. And there you go. So I don't know what kind of video I'm going to make next time. I don't know when I'm going to make it, but it's coming. I will see where my inspiration takes me. Let's just put it that way. I might add something to the grilled cheese sandwich. Maybe some onions. I love onions. Maybe it'll be a patty melt. Who knows? But you guys, thank you so much for being here. Even the jerks, if you're listening. Ugh. So that's it. So until next time. Until the next time when I make another video and find another reason to talk at you in one of these videos, I'm going to go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So, bye-bye, everybody.